Today, there's so much emphasis on DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. And when I was coming up in my early years in the YMCA, we had what was called the Black Service Conference. And so one of the first things I was exposed to was being able to go to this conference where I met all these African-American professionals, really legacy people in the YMCA. So at the time, I didn't see it any differently. I saw it as, oh, wow, this is great. This is what we do. I didn't recognize a lot of the challenges that existed for people of color in the Y movement. I grew up in Plainfield, New Jersey, and I played basketball. One of my friends said to me, boy, you should go over to the Y so you can work on your game, you can go swim, and you can lift weights. So I inquired about a job. And my next door neighbor, Ron Sargent, happened to be the president and CEO of the YMCA. He hired me. So through high school and through college, I did that. I worked in the after school program. I worked in summer camp when I come home for college. And when I graduated college, I really couldn't find employment. My mother suggested to me, why don't you call Mr. Sargent? And so I called him. And at this point, he had moved on from being the president of the Plainfield Y, and now he was the director for the entire Midwest field. So he got me connected to the Rochester YMCA, and his friend was the chief operating officer there, and they hired me to be a youth director. Now, I mentioned Ron Sargent. What I didn't mention is Ron's African American. And so as I got into my Y profession, I found that at the time, he was one of 5 African Americans in the entire YMCA movement that was the president of a metropolitan YMCA. You fast forward today, we have 975 corporate YMCAs. Only 38 YMCAs are African American. So my perspective today versus as I was coming up through the Y is incredibly different. They had fought long and hard to get to those positions and to open up doors for people like me. So today I chair the African American Resource Network, and so I'm really tasked with continuing that legacy that they started and making sure that other people are given opportunities. We play a large role in the multicultural programs and initiatives out of YUSA, and one of the things that we did a couple of years ago was our Unlearning Systemic Racism town hall meeting, which is the largest YMCA meeting in the history of the YMCA movement. We had over 10,000 people attend that meeting. I'm very proud of that kind of initiative that the Y got behind and the support that we received and the difference that it's making in the multicultural space.